Good day. My name is Steven. I'm with a digital marketing company in Fayetteville, North Carolina called Virtuous SEO. I had called and I'm not sure who I talked to, but they said it was okay if I sent a video to you just explaining how to improve your online presence. And there's three things you can do to do that. If you find value in what I share, please reach out to me by replying to the email, or you could just implement these tips yourself to go ahead and start beating out your competition in Charlotte, North Carolina. I want to make this as quick as I can, but the three things I'd like to go over with you are content, citations, and backlinks. Those are what we call like the three pillars of SEO, of search engine optimization. And if you utilize this right, these tips, you will actually gain number one positions in Google search results. So the first thing I'd like to go over is content. So you've got a beautiful website, by the way. But content is anything on your website, specifically the homepage. Google likes to see between 1,000 and 1,500 words on a website, and there's a good reason for that. It gives you plenty of room and space to put in these buyer intent keywords and phrases that people are searching for when they search for your services. And we can put that in there. The more space you have them, it looks more natural when you put them in there. Even the pictures you have on your site here, this is content too, not necessarily the pictures themselves, but what they're saved as. I've got a tool here. It's for search engine optimization, and it's very valuable for this. I'd like to pay attention to this corner right here. This just tells me that your website was found for 30 keywords in the past 30 days, and it was clicked on 16 times through these searches. Number one competition, as you're probably well aware of, in Charlotte is the Flying Locksmiths, and this is their locations page. But if you go to their site, I plugged them into the tool as well. They were found for the 30 words too, 30 keywords, just like you, but they're in the number one spot. So over the past 30 days, they were clicked on 194 times. So I haven't really researched the keywords, but we can compare your keywords. I can go in here and click on their keywords, and we can see through this information that the number one searched term is locksmith Charlotte NC. And over the past 30 days, that got 830 searches. So we can go in here, and what I like to do with my clients is I like to get all these keywords, see what the number one competition has on their website. So if they have it on, like if they have that locksmith Charlotte NC on their homepage 5 times, we want it 7 or 8 times. All the keywords they have, you want it more, right? And that's what's good about these pictures, right? So like I said, when Google they send out their bots to search these sites for keywords and such for all this content, they see what this is saved as. So we can actually use this as an opportunity to save this picture as a keyword. So the more times you have it, the better. And content is king with Google. So if you place these user intent keywords properly, Google will see that and you'll be found a lot more. So the second thing I'd like to go over are citations. And to put citations in the context, I went ahead and put locksmith Charlotte NC, which is the number one searched keyword phrase for your industry in Charlotte. The first thing that pops up are ads. I don't know if you've worked with ads before, but they're hit or miss. If people have their ad blockers on, they're not even going to see them, and they have a pretty low click through rate. They have their place, but I don't want to go over that right now. But underneath that is going to be your this is your local map pack. This is where your Google business profile really comes into play. There are several factors of how to get in the top three, but one of the main factors are citations. And a citation is your business name, address, and phone number on an online directory such as Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Facebook, Yellow Pages, White Pages. Those are all citations. And on average, any business that's within this top three here, they usually have right around 150, give or take, citations. So I have access to a tool that actually lets me know what citations what companies have. And another thing I like to do with with my clients is go in, see what citations these top 3 have, go out and get the same ones. And if they have 150, we get 200, 250. So just like with content, with citations, you want to beat them out on the amount you have. That'll help you rank in the top 3. And just for context, the top 3 here, like I said, less than 3% or less of people are clicking on these on the ads. 45% of people that are searching for these are clicking on one of these. Okay, so underneath here, this is your organic Google search results. So as you can see, Flying Locksmiths is #1, and they're getting, just them alone are getting about 40% of clicks for people searching. 40% of people searching for this term are clicking on the #1 spot here. You're not too far. You're down at #3, but it drops off severely. It's like 40%, and then it goes down to about 20%, and then it goes down to about 10% or less on average, right? But you have a really good shot of taking over that #1 spot. The main driver here are backlinks. Backlinks, it's when another website on the internet is linking back to your site, uh, your homepage with a URL. This could be in the form of a press release or a blog or something like that. But the more relevant and the more popular this site that's linking back to you it is, the better. Google uses this as like a popularity contest. That's exactly what it is essentially. It's like these, if another site that is, ranked #1 in Google's eyes gets a lot of views and they're linking back to you, Google sees that as a authority. It's like, well, they must be important because this site, we know this site is important. If they're linking to them, they're important. So the more you want a bunch of sites linking back to you that are, of high authoritative value in Google's eyes, the more you have, Google's going to push you up in those rankings. But the opposite is also true. If you have too many backlinks from non-relevant, like a site or a company that has really nothing to do with your services, and you have too many of those, Google will see that and they'll actually drop you in the rankings. I'd like to go back to this tool that I use. Now I want to go over this section right here. This is the backlink profile section, and this is your site. So you have 145 backlinks. So we can go into your backlinks and dissect them and see which ones are helping you and which ones aren't. But what I like to do with my clients is go into theirs, and they don't have that many, but like I said, quality is much better than quantity. So we'd go into their backlinks, we'd find out which ones are moving the needle for them. We can get the same not the same backlinks, but backlinks from the same sites as they do, is not just the very top competition, but all the top competition. Get the same backlinks or the same backlinks from the same sites, match them there, and then you don't stop there. But once you have all the good ones that your competitors have, you go out and get more authoritative backlinks as well. And so that will put you ahead in the backlink game as well. So if you were to do this over time, you would become the #1 spot in these search results. You would be in the top 3 here, and you would get this top spot here. So you would be getting a whole lot of traffic to your site. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to go over today, or the content, citations, and backlinks. If you found value in this video, you can give me a call at 910-551-2006 and we can talk, or you can just reply to this email, or you could just implement these tips yourself. But either way, I appreciate your time and have a good day.